Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School as we get you ready for the second semifinal of the night. This one will feature the E-Rabs of Rockford East High School against the Blue Devils of Quincy High School. I am Todd Duke. Zach Roseman is on the other microphone, and I don't know if we can top that last semifinal game. MacArthur holding on in overtime to beat Belleville East by a final score of 71-65. Meanwhile, over in the auxiliary gym, McClure North handled Mundelein 51-47, so it'll be McClure North in the consolation championship tomorrow at 4:30, where they will take on the winner of the Alatoff Triad game, which is probably already underway since our game went into overtime on this floor.
Yeah, they're pushing halftime, Knights up, but it's still pretty close.
All right, that's where we stand now, man. That was an exciting game between MacArthur and Belleville East, but we have to turn the page as we get you ready for this game between Quincy and Rockford East. And here are your starters. We'll begin with the Quincy Blue Devils. They will trot out to the floor Ralph Wires, the 5'9" junior, Camden Brown, the 6'5" junior, Tyler Sprick, the 6'2" junior, Bradley Longcore III, the 6'3" sophomore, and Keyshawn Thomas, the 6'6" sophomore. For the E-Rabs of Rockford East, you will find Antonio Lewis, the 6'3" junior, J.T. Samuels, the 6'1" junior, or excuse me, Lewis is a senior, Samuels is a junior, Majan Curtis Morris, a 5'6" senior, Matthew Horde, a 6'6" senior, and Carl Harris, a 6'7" senior. And from the looks of it on paper, it looks like the E-Rabs have a lot more height coming into this game than Quincy does.
Yeah, Quincy Rockford East is a very long and athletic team, kind of similar to Collierville or Decatur MacArthur. They got a lot of guys with long arms, long legs. The thing that Quincy have, really in the form of Keyshawn Thomas, is a bigger-bodied guy that can, get it to him down on the block and have him just go through a guy.
And we'll take a look at the total points scored. Bradley Longcore leads Quincy with 40 points scored so far in the two games that they have played. And on the other side of the ledger, 35 points belongs to Matthew Horde for the E-Rabs. And those two are going to be the key players for their teams. And you have to wonder a little bit about Longcore, who seemed to have a hurt hand in that last game that you and Matt did together.
Yeah, it was just didn't seem like it bothered him too much, but we'll see if it's something that winds up becoming an issue for him. Looked like it was a dominant hand, not sure. Maybe just got it jammed, and he's starting, so it can't be anything too significant, but we'll see if it affects his performance at all.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it. Quincy, by the way, has scored 130 points in their trek through this tournament thus far, while their opponents have scored 89 against them. Rockford East a little less at 117 points, and they've allowed a little more than Quincy has at 113 points. So we'll see if any of this comes to play as we get you ready for this contest. Each team comes in at 2-0, and this should be a fun one. I don't know if it's going to match the game that we just saw between MacArthur and Belleville East, but you know what? That's why they play the games. They're going to give it every opportunity to match the intensity of that first semifinal.
Yeah, we'll see see how Rockford East do against the Lincoln 1-2-2 matchup, or the Quincy 1-2-2 matchup, and see how well Quincy are able to respond to the athleticism, and we'll see if the Horde brothers are able to have as good of a run as they did against Collinsville.
1 point win for the E-Rabs over the Collinsville K-Hawks. The K-Hawks are relegated now to the 5th place semifinal game, which will be coming up at the conclusion of this one. That was scheduled for a 9 o'clock tip-off, but that's not going to happen. Not unless we have the fastest 4-quarter game in the world in this one. I don't think that's going to happen anyway.
Yeah, not a Lincoln game. We can't hope for a game in 55 minutes.
Nah. We are just about ready to go. The final announcements being made here. Quincy has already been announced. They will be the visiting team on the floor here in this one. They are in their dark uniforms. They have white numbers on the front and the back, and over their numbers on the front, they have the letters QHS across their chests. E-Rabs, they are here in the same uniforms they played Collinsville in earlier. The white home uniforms, they got a little black and white stripes going down the sides of both the jerseys and the shorts. Their numbers on the fronts and the backs of their jerseys are in red. And in cursive writing, they have E-Rabs written across the fronts of their jerseys. We are just about ready to go. It is going to be Camden Brown in the middle circle against Matthew Horde for the E-Rabs for the opening tip-off of this one, as we get this one started just a little bit late. Figured we'd have an overtime game at some point.
Yeah, I was a little surprised. I mean,
especially when the Lancers had a 10-point lead as they were about halfway through that fourth quarter. All right, so the E-Rabs, they win the opening tip-off, and they are underway as they travel from right to left on your television screen. Into the corner it goes to Curtis Morris. Back out front will go, and that is Matthew Horde. Horde, he dribbles, he drives, he shoots it up into the lane for Lewis. No good. Turn around, and we'll go back outside with it. There is JT Samuels. Samuels gets the ball to Lewis, who gives it back to Samuels. One-arm bounce pass over on the wing for Curtis Morris. Three-point shot, misses the mark right before the shot clock buzzer went off. Here comes Ralph Wires. Wires sends it across the way for Longcore. Longcore back over to Wires. And over in front of the opposing bench, they'll find the hands of Camden Brown. Dribble drive by Wires. Kicks it back outside. Three-point shot on the way. That misses the mark from Tyler Sprick. Ball on the ground. Picked up by the E-Rabs. They'll bring it back the other way. And here comes Samuels. Gets the ball up to Lewis. Lewis lost control of the ball and stepped out of bounds with it.
Yeah, just a little bit of a filling out process for both teams here in the first minute or so.
Yeah, that's the way the last game started, too.
I noticed that a little bit in the Lincoln O'Fallon game as well. Then, fortunately for the Panthers, O'Fallon never really got going.
Here is Loncourt. Bounces the ball over onto the wing for Thomas. Back to Loncourt. Loncourt into the perimeter, just barely over in on that right wing. Back out to the top of the key, and they'll send it back out toward midcourt for Wires. Wires dribbles, drives, paint. Can't get the shot off. Kicked it back outside, but we're going to have a whistle before any further damage could be done, as Tyler Sprick was coming in from the left wing. Right wing, make that. Excuse me. We're just underway here in quarter number one. About 90 seconds into it. Here is Horde. Horde has that ball ripped out of his hands by Spreck. Spreck, he'll throw it up the court to Loncourt. Loncourt, he'll dribble the ball up with that right hand. He cuts into the paint, takes an off-balance shot, gets it to fall, and that's how our first 2 points of this game are scored.
Yeah, Loncourt, I mean, really a microwave guy. He's going to get his points tonight. And travel there by Samuels.
Put your microphone down a little bit closer. There you go. Get the full effect here there for you, Mr. Roseman.
Of course.
2 minutes gone here in this first quarter. Blue Devils lead by 2, and they have the ball. Here is Spreck. He'll drive it in and outside the free throw lane. Takes the shot, no good. And the rebound belongs to Rockford East. They bring it up in the form of Curtis Morris and give it up to Carl Harris. And Harris gets his team on the board. We're tied at 2. Here comes Loncourt. Loncourt into the perimeter. And we'll bring it back out for Thomas. Thomas, no good. Rebound. E-Rabs all the way down into the corner for Samuels. Samuels, a little floater, won't fall for him. Rebound, that falls right into the hands of Horde. He'll turn around, take a shot. That scoops out, won't go in. And Loncourt ends up with the rebound after it was taken by Thomas. Loncourt at the top of the key, into the perimeter. Kicks it back out front now for Brown. Camden Brown off the high glass, no good. Rebound, that falls all the way back out to the right wing for Horde. Horde, no look pass, and that almost fooled Lewis, but Lewis got bailed out as that ball ended up coming off of the leg of Camden Brown and out of bounds.
Yeah, Loncourt asking for a travel there, not granted by the refs, will remain E-Rab basketball.
Well, the refs don't usually give you what you ask for.
Usually not.
They're stingy like that. Over to Samuels. Back out front for Horde. Horde dribbles once, picks it up, takes the shot, free throw line, no good. Rebound, that belongs to Brown for Quincy. Quincy, they bring the ball back up over onto the right side wing, and they bounce it just outside the lane to Thomas. Thomas trying to muscle his way past Harris. Can't do it the first time, does the second, but still misses, and the ball picked up by Harris over in the corner. We're still locked at 2 as we approach the halfway mark of this first quarter. 3-point shot, good, off of the hands of Almaujan Curtis Morris.
Yeah, just left him open there in the corner, and you leave him open, he's going to make it. Not a real tall guy, but he'll make those if you leave him open.
Ralph Wire is with the ball. He'll give it up to Sprick, and Sprick gives it back away, and now it's to Thomas. Over to Loncourt for 3. That one just a little bit short. Tips off the front of the rim. Rebound belongs to Harris and the E-Rabs. They bring it back up court. E-Rabs have a 3-point lead, looking for more. 3-point shot misses the mark from J.T. Samuels. Rebound belongs to Quincy. They bring it up in the form of Loncourt. Loncourt takes it from the left side over toward the right side. 3:40 left to go here in this opening quarter. Here is Wires. Wires dribbles with that right hand. Hands the ball off now to Brown. Brown gives it up to Spreck, who gives it to Loncourt. Back inside the paint. Here is a turnaround jumper. That's good for Camden Brown. And it's a 1-point game. Advantage E-Rabs.
Yeah, just ran the set play there, got Brown right under the basket every day.
Here's Harris. He'll send it across the way to Samuels. Samuels dribbles all the way back near the midcourt mark and gives it up to Lewis. Lewis gives it to Horde. Horde dribbles, drives, paint, reverse layup, won't fall in for him. He couldn't get it up all the way up there. And the rebound after that belongs to Quincy. Loncourt, he slices in the paint, good for 2. And the Blue Devils reverse the 1-point deficit to a 1-point lead. There is Curtis Morris, gives it up. Harris got his head smacked by something. And that allows Quincy to get the ball, and they'll throw it outside. Loncourt for 3, and that rattles and won't fall. Rebound, that belongs to Horde. Has that one knocked away by Wires, and it will remain with the E-Rabs as both players want to make some changes.
See Mulherrin coming for the Blue Devils, and we'll see Tyshawn Barry Sneed and Sterling Horde come in. Sterling Horde had a very good game off the bench against Collinsville.
Sure did. Into double digits off the bench, both him and his brother. 1 Horde in, 1 Horde out. Sterling is in, Matthew is out. Here is Harris. Oh, excuse me, that was Harris. Missed on that one. Rebound belongs to Quincy. Loncourt. He runs the point here for Quincy. They'll kick it back outside. Here comes a 3-point shot. That one misses the mark from Tyler Sprick. And the rebound, that belongs to Quincy. They'll kick it back outside for Loncourt. And Loncourt will reset the offense. Coming up on 2 minutes to go here in a very fast-moving first quarter. They'll get the ball in now for Mulherrin, and a reverse layup won't fall in for Sprick. And the rebound once again belongs to Rockford East. Lewis fires it up across the line, loose ball. That was off of the hands of Curtis Morris. He already had his eyes set somewhere else and never did receive that pass.
Yeah, see Samuels and Matthew Horde come in rather quickly. See Curtis Morris and Harris head to the bench for the E-Rabs.
Yeah, Matthew Horde never stays on the bench long. When they bring him out, it's just for a little bit of a rest and a little bit of drink of water, and he's ready to go back in.
Yeah, averaging 25 minutes a game,
yeah.
So pretty much.
Here is Loncourt. He'll hand the ball off to Wire. Ralph Wires. Seems like I've been calling his name for 3 years, and he's just a junior. Well, I know I wasn't calling him when he was in 8th grade. He kicks it back outside to Sprick. Sprick, left-hand dribble right across the free throw line. Gives it up for Brown. Brown got trapped on the baseline, nowhere to move, and he travels. Moved a little too much.
Yep, just a little bit. See Dominique Clay come in for the Blue Devils. Wires will have a rest.
Dominique Clay. Checks into the game. 6'3" sophomore for the Blue Devils. Here's Samuels. He brings the ball up for Rockford East. We're down to 1:15 left to play here in this first quarter. Hands the ball off to Horde. Matthew Horde zigzags his way into the paint, takes the shot. Can't get it to fall, but he will go to the line, and we'll have our first free throw participant. And Mr. Andy Douglas, the head coach for Quincy, not very happy about all that.
No, he's not. They're going to get Mulherrin with the foul. And first foul of the game, and we played nearly 7 minutes. Horde shooting 8 of 13 so far in the tournament from the free throw line.
He'll have a chance here to make number 9. And it's up on the way and good. 6-6. Horde ready for one more shot. Matthew Horde takes his time, bends at the knees, ball up, and that one is no good. Rebound into the hands of Sprick. He'll give it to Loncourt. Loncourt brings the ball up across the timeline, gives it back to Sprick, who fires a pass over on the far side for Brown. Brown on the left wing, in the paint. Mulheron, turnaround, shot no good, but he will head to the free throw line.
Yeah, that's what Mulheron will do. Not a guy who's going to score a ton, but he'll play his role very well, and they got him isolated down there on the block. Barry Sneed will get the foul on the help over, and Mulheron will head to the free throw line where he is 0 of 1 so far in the tournament.
Well, so not a lot of practice there. He makes good on the first one, though, and a 1-point lead once again belongs to the Blue Devils. Mulheron ready for one more shot. He misses the second one. No one down there wearing the Quincy uniforms was even there for the rebound. So that was no problem grabbing that board for the E-Rabs as they work it up court. Here is Horde. Horde gets trapped and a foul coming up. This one looks like it's going to go against Sprick. Nope, they're going to call it against Longhorn.
I think so.
Yep. Longhorn picks up his first, second team foul. The E-Rabs go back to work. They have 40 seconds. Shot clock is not, no clocks are moving.
There we go.
I looked up and no clocks were moving. All right, here is Horde. Horde bounces a pass onto the wing, into the corner. Samuel's a three-point shot. Gets the friendly pop-up, and then it falls back in, 9-7 in favor of Rockford East. 20 seconds left to play here in this opening quarter. Loncourt gets it up to Brown. Brown back at the midcourt stripe. Shot clock has been turned off. And they'll get it into Longhorn once again. Longhorn gets around Lewis into the perimeter, takes the shot, can't get it to fall. Rebound, that's being fought for, and we're going to have a foul called as it looks like Horde got knocked in the teeth by Sprick, and Sprick will pick up his first foul. 2.1 seconds for Rockford East to do something with it. Inbound pass will come into Horde. He'll let it roll all the way down, and at midcourt, he'll take the shot, and that misses the mark, and that is the end of one quarter of play. 9-7 in favor of Rockford East. We're back in a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Sofwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, and that's exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
Callie Rosen has scored for the Blues halfway through period number 2 to break a 1-1 tie with the Blackhawks. And just a little over halfway through the game, the Blues have a 2-1 lead. Here it is 9-7. E-Rabs have a 2-point lead as we begin quarter number 2. Quarter begins with the Blue Devils in possession of the ball as they work it up. Here is Brown. Bounce pass in for Mulheron. No look pass into the paint, but unable to do anything with it was O'Brien, so he had to get rid of it. And Brown with it once again. He's at the top of the key. No room to move, man. Tell you what, defense is cutting off all lanes. They get it back into the hands of O'Brien. O'Brien gets it out to Lancourt. Lancourt wants to travel in from that right side wing. He does, and that is going to be a foul, and that ended up off the bottom of the backboard, so a foul that didn't really need to happen there. Samuel picks up his first, team's second. To the free throw line, it is Mr. Loncourt. Loncourt gets his team back to within 1. Loncourt from the free throw line, just 2 for 2, now 3 for 3. Next one, good, 4 for 4. We're tied at 9. Here come the E-Rabs, and there go the E-Rabs. Turned over, O'Brien has it, gives it to Loncourt. Loncourt throws it up into the corner for Brown. Brown in the perimeter, takes the shot, get the friendly roll, and now the E-Rabs with the rebound. They come back up. Here is Horde. He'll kick it outside, and they'll start all over again as Barry Sneed ends up with the ball. Back to Horde for 3, rolls across the rim, won't fall in. Mulheron pulls down the rebound. Here comes Loncourt and the Blue Devils once again. We are a minute into quarter number 2. 9-9 is our score, and that one gets knocked out of bounds.
Let's see, Lewis re-enter. Nice deflection there by Sterling Horde. Let's see Barry Sneed head back to the bench.
Inbound pass being triggered by O'Brien. He does so all the way back to Loncourt. Or excuse me, that is Dom Clay. And now O'Brien with the ball. O'Brien, top of the key, hesitated for a moment. Gets it back to Clay, steps out, three-point shot, rolls across the rim. Rebound, that belongs to the E-Rabs. They bring it up. Here is Matthew Horde. Horde, he'll bring it up at the top of the key, looking for some penetration, and a foul will be handed out. This one looks like it might go against O'Brien. Nope, going to go 14, not 13. Dom Clay picks up his first, team's 4th. Inbound pass comes into Horde. That would be Matthew Horde, and a whistle.
Maybe a clock issue of some
I don't know.
kind.
We're looking up at the scoreboard. I guess I'm to reset the shot clock, they said. It was already down to 23 seconds, and there's no way they lost 8 seconds just in that amount of time, I don't think. So they'll restart it, and we'll get back to work. Here is Samuel. Bounce pass all the way out to Lewis, who gives it up to Horde. The Horde brothers over on the far side, and that is Sterling who gets it. 3-point shot on the way, a little bit too far. Rebound belongs to Harris. Kicks it back out to Sterling Horde, who gives to older brother Matthew. Matthew at the top of the key, spin move in the paint, takes the shot, good. 11-9 in favor of Rockford East. They get the steal. Back to work are the E-Rabs. Here is Samuel. Gets it to Sterling Horde. He drives baseline, tries to dump it off underneath. A blocking foul is going to be called against Mulheron. That could have gone either way.
Yeah, really a 50-50.
Your brother down there working. Your brother's down there mopping up.
Yeah, did quite a bit of that last year.
Yeah, he did.
See Thomas and somebody else came in, not sure who. At any rate, E-Rab ball.
And it is Horde to Horde. Younger brother to older brother. Here is Samuel with a 3-point shot, nothing but net. And the E-Rabs have extended their lead out to 5. Here is Loncourt. Loncourt brings it up across the line, gives it to Wires. Wires gives it up now for Brown. Back to Wires at the top of the key. Ralph Wires into the perimeter. He did the splits there for a moment. Luckily, he kept his feet and didn't get the traveling call. Now Brown with it out at the top of the key. He'll bounce it over to Thomas. Thomas, ball overhead, throws it into the corner. 3-point shot from Brown. That rattles home. And the Quincy Blue Devils answer the 3-point try on the other end. 2-point game once again. 5:05 left to play here in this first half, and a travel into the paint for Carl Harris.
Yeah, nice job. Nice job by O'Brien there, just kind of holding station there, forcing Harris to move around him, and Harris got around him, but he didn't put the ball on the floor, and that is traveling. Blue Devils basketball.
Devils bring it up, and here is Wires. He'll hand the ball off to O'Brien. O'Brien to Loncourt. Loncourt to Thomas. Back over to Loncourt, and a 3-point shot rattles but will not fall. That one hit the front of the rim and then swooped all the way around and came out for the E-Rabs. It stays 14-12, 4:40 left to play here in this first half. Here is a dribble drive by Antonio Lewis.
Great job, great defense there by O'Brien. They managed to knock the ball loose, wound up going off of Lewis, and it'll be Blue Devils basketball once again.
Inbound pass comes into Ralph Wires. Wires will bring it up. Wires, left-hand dribble, crosses up and gives it to Camden Brown. Brown will give it up to Loncourt. Loncourt to O'Brien. O'Brien, seems like a lot of these names I remember from last year.
Yeah,
because I haven't done a Quincy game yet, have I? You guys did the Quincy game. Oh, big three for O'Brien.
Yeah, O'Brien had 10 points in their win over Alton last night. Bring back everybody but Talton and Cartmill from last year's squad that went to the Super Sectionals. Travel there by Curtis Morris, and another turnover for the E-Rags.
Curtis Morris is asking questions all the way down the court to the referee. Take the call and move on, man. There's still plenty of basketball left to be played. Blue Devils have a 1-point lead, 15-14, 4:04 left to play here in this first half. Here comes Ralph Wires across the line. He'll give it up to O'Brien. O'Brien from one wing to the other for Loncourt. Over on the far side for Brown and Thomas. I think he ran into Sterling Horde, and Thomas is going to get called for a foul, and luckily Horde is okay.
Yeah, just kind of, I don't know that Thomas really moved, but laid out Horde on the screen. Nice to see Horde get up and be just fine. He'll stay in the game.
The E-Rabs work the ball up, trailing by one. Excuse me. Trapped in a little bit of a double team there was Curtis Morris, and he got out of it by traveling.
Yeah, a lot of frustration there. Harris will re-enter for the E-Rabs. And Curtis Morris will sit down, and Coach Sackmaster just will give him some instruction.
Blue Devils work the ball up court with 3:40 to play here in this first half. Here is Wires. He's going to go all the way down underneath the basket, kicks it back out for Brown, who gives it to O'Brien. O'Brien on the right wing, into the paint. Thomas, turnaround, off the glass, no good. Thomas gets his own rebound, and it's knocked out of the way by Harris. Are they going to give Harris the foul? Nope, they're going to give it to Antonio Lewis. To the free throw line, Thomas.
Yeah, that's been something that Thomas has struggled with a little bit. Just 2 of 6.
First one, good. Blue Devils up by 2. One more coming up for Thomas. And that one is good. So apparently he's figured out those struggles you mentioned there, sir. At least for now.
Yes. So far, at any rate, 2 for 2 on that trip.
Well, here is Samuels. He gets it across the line to Horde. Matthew Horde. Over from the near sideline, over to Samuels once again. Samuels, he approaches that right wing. Back out in the slot for Horde. Over to younger brother Sterling. Into the perimeter for Harris. In the paint. Takes the little hook shot. Can't get it to fall. Thomas picks up the rebound for the Blue Devils. Gets it up to O'Brien. O'Brien works the ball up. Over on the left wing, picks up his dribble, and now looking for a little help. Finds it in the corner for Ralph Wires. Back out to O'Brien. Wires just outside the lane. Thomas turns around, but no shot because he got pushed from behind by Carl Harris, and Harris will pick up his team's 4th foul. His first.
See Tyshawn Barry Sneed re-enter. Harris will have a little bit of a rest and get a bit of a talking to from Coach Sackmaster.
2:46 left to go here in this first half. O'Brien triggers the inbound pass all the way out to the top of the key for Wires. Wires, he'll dribble and lose the ball. And then he commits a foul by taking the feet out from underneath Samuels. That is going to be the 7th foul for the Blue Devils, so it's 1-and-1 time here for Rockford East.
Samuels just 50%. Overall, Rockford East not a phenomenal free-throw shooting team, shooting 50% as a team coming into the game.
Samuels, shot, good. He'll have a bonus. 17-15, trim that lead down to 2. Samuels steps up to the line once again. He's ready to go. Second shot, also good. 1-point contest. Here is Loncourt, and he got ran into by Horde. And Loncourt will bring the ball up. He's across the line, gives it up to Wires. Wires to Thomas. Thomas hands the ball off to Brown. Brown back over to Loncourt. Loncourt being challenged over there by Horde, and now a shot by Thomas won't go. He'll have to wait it out off the glass, good for 2, and a 3-point lead for the Blue Devils once again.
Yeah, Keyshawn Thomas really reminds me of, those of you who've been watching the tournament for a while, or Collinsville fans in general.
Picked off pass by Loncourt. Oh, and that one was I don't know, that was partially blocked. I think it might have been off of the wrist of Horde, and it's not going to matter as O'Brien comes in and gets a little fingertip roll to extend that lead out to 5.
Yeah, Loncourt went up on Horde, and if he'd got that one down, that probably would have been the highlight of the tournament.
You are right about the comparison with KJ, though.
Even looks a little bit like him.
He does. There's a 3-point try, no good, as Loncourt runs into Wires as they both go for the rebound. We're down to the final 95 seconds in this first half. Loncourt settles in over there on the right side, bounces a pass to Thomas. He takes the shot from about 8 feet out and hits it, and the Blue Devils extend that lead even farther. 1:20 to go here in this first half. 23-16. Blue Devils have the lead. And the E-Rabs with the ball. Here is Lewis. Lewis across the way to Horde. Horde. He points, top of the key, wants a screen, gets it, and a foul coming up probably against Thomas. Oh, they're going to call that a charge, aren't they?
Well, they called it a travel.
Oh, did they?
Which appeared to me to be the right call.
You know how many times that call didn't go for Collinsville's way?
Yeah, you pick kind of almost like a Terrence Hargrove type thing. Pick it up at the 3-point line, take 2 steps.
Which actually is 4.
Yeah, which more like 4, get to the rim and get fouled or get a layup. But anyway.
There is Loncourt. Loncourt and has that ball deflected all the way up to Sterling Horde off the glass, good for 2. And it is now a 5-point contest, 23-18. 35 seconds to go. 30 seconds on the shot clock, so about a 3-second difference here. And here is Wires. Wires, a one-arm pass over to Loncourt. Loncourt gives it back up now for Brown. Brown for Wires. Wires deep out toward midcourt. And so, man, no foul called on that one. That looked like a punch to the gut. O'Brien, 3-pointer. That's short. Thomas, he gets the rebound. Can't go up because he's fouled, and that one's going to go either against Horde or Lewis. They were both down there. And it's going to go against Sterling Horde.
Yeah, both Hordes down there. Both went up to contest. They're going to get Sterling with the foul. Only his first, 5th for the E-Rabs.
Thomas will head back to the free throw line. 5.1 seconds to go. And Thomas misses the first one. One more coming his way. Thomas ready to go at the charity stripe. And that one is good. And it turns back into a 6-point lead all the way down to Sterling Horde. And he puts up a rainbow and a prayer, and it was not answered, and that is the way that the first half comes to a close. 24-18 in favor of the Quincy Blue Devils. We'll take a break, come back and throw some stats your way. We'll do that here in a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the KHawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the K-Hawk Sports Network and KHawkSports.com.
Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petroff Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petroff Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petroff Trucking Company. Check out their website, PetroffTrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petroff Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
36-26 SIUE at halftime. Rayshawn Taylor with 8.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number one on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in your home? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884. The Collinsville Education Association is a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the K-Hawk Sports Network. The CEA is your partner as they work to ensure quality education for our children. The CEA advocates excellence and equity in public education and represent over 400 educators in 11 schools in both Madison and St. Clair counties. For more information, you can visit the Collinsville Education Association's Facebook page or the CEA's website at collinsvillecea.org.
Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, halftime of the second semifinal game. It is a 6-point lead for the Quincy Blue Devils, 24-18. Here's a look at your first half stats. The leading scorer in this one belongs to JT Samuels of Rockford East. He has 8 points, 3 points apiece for Curtis Morris, as well as Matthew Horde, and then 2 points each for Carl Harris and Sterling Horde. On the Quincy side of things, their leading scorer is Keyshawn Thomas with 7. Right behind him is Bradley Longcore with 6. 5 points each for Camden Brown and Reed O'Brien, and then 1 point for Sam Mulheron. Other stats that we have for you from the lines. How about the 3-point line? 2 of 9 for Quincy, 3 of 11 for Rockford East. from the free throw line. Not bad by either team. 6 of 8 for Quincy, 3 of 4 for Rockford East. Battle of the boards being won by Quincy. 18 rebounds compared to 16 for Rockford East. 12 turnovers by Rockford East have turned into 9 Quincy points. 6 turnovers for Quincy has turned into 8 points for Rockford East. Both teams are shooting right around 30% from the floor. What else do we have? A 2-1 lead by the Blues at the end of the second, and you had an SIUE update.
Yeah, so SIUE were up 36-26 in their Ohio Valley Conference home opener against Tennessee Tech. Up 36-26 at halftime. Rayshawn Taylor with 8 points for the Cougars.
Any word from the Althoff Triad semifinal in the Aux Gym?
Give me just a second.
And refresh.
And it is. Game is over.
Oh, okay. I guess we'll wait for the final stat sheet to be brought up to us, and we'll tell you about that once we get a hold of it.
I can tell you.
We will. What?
I can tell you that Triad won. Final score of 62-54.
62-54. So Althoff will end up playing in the 11th place game against Mundelein, and Triad and McClure North will end up going for the consolation championship. I told you I had Triad winning that one, right?
I think we had Triad in the consolation championship game. Didn't have McClure North been maybe a little bit of an exceeding of expectations? Yeah, good. All in all, a pretty good run for Coach Lindsay.
Well, my bracket is blown anyway because of that last semifinal, but we'll talk about that at a later date. We're into our last break here for the half. We'll be back with the second half action in this one in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Brady Pest and Termite Management is your local pest control source. The Midwest offers its fair share of pest problems, and Brady Pest and Termite Management is up to the challenge. Whether it's pesky rodents in the cold winter months or ants, spiders, and other pests in the warm months, Brady Pest and Termite is your solution. And termites? Brady Pest is tops in the Metro East in termite management. Do you have unwanted pests? Then call the best. Brady Pest and Termite Management in Caseyville. Call 343-1790 or on Facebook at Brady Pest and Termite.
Collinsville High School alumni Stacy Lauenstein, CHS class of 91, Lisa Bassetto, Sarah Sulke, and Tracy Limp, CHS class of 94, Tony Geisen, CHS class of 96, and Kevin Robinson, CHS class of 99, want to wish all of our K-Hawks a great year. We look forward to cheering you on and supporting you. Work hard on the court and the field, as well as in the classroom. Remember, once a K-Hawk, always a K-Hawk. Hashtag K-Hawk Family.
Your home is where you feel happy, safe, and secure. So if you see signs of foundation problems, like cracks or uneven floors, worrying is natural, and getting it fixed is crucial. Woods Basement Systems understands. We've been solving foundation worries since 1986. Woods experts have the training and equipment to make permanent repairs. So stop worrying, because with Woods, it's fixed forever. Foundation problems don't get better with time, they get better with Woods, the all things basement-y experts. Call or go to woodsbasementsystems.com today.
Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. I'm Todd Duke, Zach Roseman on the other microphone, as we have a 6-point contest with the Blue Devils of Quincy High School in front right now, 24-18. Quincy outscored Rockford East in that second quarter, 17-9, to take a 2-point deficit and turn it into a 6-point lead. We'll see what we have in store here for this second half. We do have one more game coming your way after this one. That'll be the second game in the 5th place semifinal between Collinsville and Collierville, Tennessee. We are underway here in half number 2, quarter number 3. E-Rabs with the ball. Here is Samuels. Jumps right into the free throw area, picks it up outside for Horde. Horde into the corner. 3-point shot, Lewis. Misses the mark. Thomas gets the rebound. Gets it into the hands of Loncourt. Loncourt moves the ball up. We're just underway here in this third quarter. Longcore the bounce pass out to Wires. Wires will travel from the midcourt stripe and give it up to Longcore once again. Longcore deep on the right wing, gives to Thomas. Thomas will pull up over on the left wing. I think that Tyler Sprick thought he was going to get handed the ball. Basket counts, and a foul coming up as well. This one is going to belong number 4. That would be Curtis Morris. That'll be his first and the first foul of the second half. Camden Brown to the free throw line.
Did not go there in the first half. Shot up and good. Put him to 2 of 3 now in the tournament.
So the E-Rabs will work it back up now, trailing by 9. They'll work the ball up to Harris. Harris over to the far side, or make that the near side for Horde. Horde pulls one out from about 8 feet out, no good, but there is Harris with the loose ball, but he was ran into from behind by Sprick, and Sprick will pick up his second foul. 3-point try from the corner, and that one is no good. Rebound, batted around for a little while, still on the floor, and now it's going to be out of bounds, and it'll stay with the E-Rabs.
Yeah, Sprick had the most control over it as he kind of slid over the sideline into a first row, and all in all, still a pretty solid crowd on hand. Not quite as much as we had at the end of the MacArthur East game, but still a decent crowd.
Another loose ball. This one is going to be picked up by Thomas. Thomas right underneath the basket belonging to the E-Rabs. Gets it up now for Longcore. Longcore comes over here onto the left wing. Now into Brown. Brown into the paint, turn around, fade away, jump shot, no good. And oh, what a nice play by Thomas. Batted the ball back to Brown. Brown's going to go back to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think they'll probably get Harris with that one. That'll be either Harris's second or Curtis Morris's second as well, but they're going to get Harris for it. And Brown will go right back to the free throw line.
He will. He just made one of there at the end of a 2-point play to extend his lead for his team, and now he'll be up there shooting 2, and he'll hit the first one. And it's now an even 10-point lead for the Quincy Blue Devils.
Coach Sackmaster exchanging Horde. Sterling in for Matthew.
One of these teams is going to face the defending champions. The MacArthur Generals are waiting in the championship game at 7:30 tomorrow night for the winner of this one. Right now, it's Quincy with an 11-point lead. Here is Lewis for Rockford East. He gets double teamed, gets the ball out of there anyway. Over to Samuel, into the corner for Sterling. Hurd with a big 3-point shot, and that'll help the E-Rabs climb back a little closer. Now an 8-point contest. Here comes Longcore. Longcore gives it to Sprick. Sprick all the way out front for Wires. Wires dribbles with that left hand, pulls up into the perimeter, takes the shot, but it's off the mark. Rebound belongs to Sterling Horde. He'll get it up to Samuels, all the way down court for Harris. He'll give it back to Samuels. And across the way it goes, and into the corner. Another 3-point shot by Sterling Hurd. That one misses the mark, and the rebound belongs to Quincy. Here is Wires. He dumps it off. Thomas goes in strong, and he is fouled. That one's either going to belong to Harris.
I think they're going to get Curtis Morris on the block.
Yeah, or Curtis Morris. That's what I was getting ready to say, and they will get Curtis Morris.
His second, and Thomas will shoot some more free throws. Where he went actually a pretty robust 3 of 4 in the first half.
I was going to say, not bad finish there in the first half of the free throw line. And he'll make that one. 9-point lead for Quincy.
And Matthew Horde back in as Curtis Morris will take a rest and go get a drink of water.
He has 2 fouls. And he seemed a little frustrated after that last foul call as Thomas misses that second free throw. Here is Samuels. Samuels brings the ball up across the timeline, fires a pass over to Lewis, who gives it up now for Matthew Horde. Horde from the right wing into the paint, loses control of the ball. It's picked up by Brown. Brown bounces it to Wires. Wires almost lost control, and he did. He traveled.
Yeah, just kind of lost control of that synchronization between the steps and the dribbling, and that is a travel.
I think he might have grazed his leg with the basketball, and that's what set him off. Harris gets it over to Horde. Matthew Horde enters from the left wing. Baseline shot, no good. Rebound belongs to Sprick. Sprick brings it out for Quincy. He almost had a little trouble bouncing that ball as well, and he turns the ball over. E-Rabs, they bring it up quickly. Here is Samuels. Samuels enters the paint, throws up a shot that was intended for Lewis, but Horde ends up with it, and he gets the friendly roll off of the orange rim and in, and it's a 7-point contest.
Yeah, Matthew Horde been a little quiet, only 5 points with that bucket, averaging 17 and a half for the tournament, so definitely not his best effort tonight.
Oh, that was almost a travel by Loncourt, but he kept his feet. Around the horn it goes. Brown with it over to Wires. Wires dribbles into the perimeter, and then back out it goes to Loncourt. Loncourt tried to enter from the left wing. That was cut off by a double team. Back over to Sprick. Gets it to Brown. Brown pops one from inside the perimeter. That's good for 2. 9-point lead once again for the Quincy Blue Devils. Here comes Harris into Lewis. Turn around. Jump shot off the glass and gets another nice little roll off of that hook shot from underneath the basket.
His first bucket, and Brown with 12 points now, really having a good game with Loncourt. Just all in all a good game for him.
There is Loncourt. He gets the ball to Sprick, who gives the ball to Brown. Brown back to Loncourt. Loncourt to Wires. Wires on the right wing in front of his own bench. Gives it up for Loncourt at the free throw line. Loncourt trying to wait it out. He does, can't get the roll, and the ball ends up being pushed out of bounds, and it's going to go the other direction.
Yeah, nice hustle play there by Thomas, getting down after the loose ball. They'll bring in Tyshawn Berry-Sneed as Harris will head to the bench.
3:32 left to play here in this third quarter. 32-25. Blue Devils with a 7-point advantage. Inbound pass will come in from Samuels, and he'll give it to Horde, and Horde will give it right back. Samuels will move the ball up. Back to Samuels. Samuels, a pass into the perimeter, into the corner now, a no-look pass. That one's knocked away, and it's going to stay with the E-Rabs. Nice effort over there by Brown. He swatted that ball away in the corner from Sterling Horde. Inbound pass again triggered by Samuels. He gets it right back into the corner. Horde, and that one's a miss, but Horde is going to have a chance 3 times at the free throw line as Tyler Sprick knocked him down right when he let that ball go.
Yeah, that's 3 fouls on Sprick, and Coach Douglas will send O'Brien in presumably to replace him.
3 shots coming up for Sterling Horde. The sophomore misses off to the left. One more, make 2 more, make that coming his way. Next one, that one's in. And now O'Brien will check in for Sprick. And one final shot coming up here for Sterling Horde from the free throw line. It's on the way, and that one's through.
They have a foul right away. I think they're going to get Clay, or well, no, that's Brown down there, judging by the reaction. So the E-Rabs will get to keep the ball after making some free throws.
Yeah, that's very advantageous for them, but not so much for Quincy. Here is Samuels out front now for Horde. That would be Matthew Horde. He'll dribble drive into the paint, and he's going to be fouled by Wires.
Yeah, had a bit of a mismatch there with O'Brien on Horde. Wires helps over and he'll pick up his second.
4th team foul for the Blue Devils. 3 up on the board for the E-Rabs. That is the second one for Wires. And the inbound pass once again triggered by Samuels. He had a hard time getting it in, and he doesn't. He did not get the ball in, and that's going to be a turnover.
See Collinsville ready down on the west end of Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium.
Yeah, that was
are about ready to go below our location.
That was supposed to be a 9 o'clock start, but because of that overtime game, it's all extended. A timeout on the floor taken by Quincy. It is a 60-second timeout. We'll step aside for that long as well. And we are back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Just because we're adults doesn't mean we don't have toys, am I right? If your adult toys consist of boats, campers, or RVs, then you need to call the GASA storage team of professionals. Winter weather in the Midwest can be quite harsh, and finding a place to properly store those expensive toys for winter can be just as rough as a Midwest winter. That's where the GASA storage team comes in, with outdoor self-storage and covered storage for your toys. They even have tractor-trailer parking, conveniently located at Horseshoe Lake Road and 111 in Pontoon Beach. GASA Storage, for the safe storage of all of your toys. Contact the GASA Storage team, gasastorage@gmail.com, or call today, GASA Storage Team, 618-797-6100.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song playing here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. I'm Todd Duke, Zach Roseman on the other microphone. Glad that you're with us. Been a long day here, made even longer by that overtime of that first semifinal game, and we're not going to get out of here till probably about 11 o'clock.
Yeah, looks like it probably going to hope for about a 9:30 start for that last game. It might be pushing midnight, and they're going to get Thomas for a travel.
Yeah. I hope it's not pushing midnight, because 7:30 comes very early in the morning after the third and final day of this tournament. That's when you start getting a little slap happy.
Yeah.
Here come the E-Rabs. They trail by 5. 2:45 left to play here in this third quarter. Here is Lewis. He'll get it over to Horde. That would be Sterling. And back out now to the top of the key. That is Barry Sneed. Over onto the far wing, Samuels with a long three-point shot. That hit the inside of the rim, but Thomas is there with the rebound. Up to Loncourt. Loncourt into the perimeter, back out, over in the corner, gives it up to O'Brien. O'Brien across the court, it goes to Brown. Brown thought about the three, pulls back, takes the shot, can't get the friendly roll, and the ball belongs to Horde. Sterling Horde, the sophomore, brings it up. He is going to be fouled by Wires, and Wires is going to pick up his third.
See Harris come back in for the E-Rabs. We'll see Clay and Mulheron come in as Wires, and Thomas will sit out.
2:06 to go here in quarter number 3. Second semifinal. Winner will get a chance to knock out the defending champions, the MacArthur Generals. Here is Matthew Horde off the glass high, and good for 2. Inbound pass comes in for Loncourt. Loncourt brings it up and back over to Brown. Brown surveys things, hands the ball off to O'Brien. O'Brien gets the ball to Clay. Clay back over to Loncourt. Loncourt at the top of the key, looking for and finding O'Brien. O'Brien thought about the three, pulled it back down, and once again Clay, he'll move in. That's off the side of the backboard, and it falls down into the hands of Matthew Horde, and he'll travel down the way, and a foul coming up. That was a late whistle.
Yeah, it was. They're going to give that to Clay. Got his second, and we'll see Horde shoot some free throws. He went 1 of 2 in the first half, and I think this is his first appearance here in the second half.
1:22 left to play here in this third quarter.
Feels like Quincy are up by more than just 3 points. It really is a very close game.
It is. We just had a very close game. So close, we needed an extra half a quarter. Here is Horde. That's good. And it's now a 2-point game.
Horde up to 8 now, equaling the total that Samuels has. And we're definitely looking like an all-tournament team, almost a lock, you would think, providing an absolutely atrocious performance tomorrow night.
Second one good for Horde as well. And the Blue Devils bring it back up. Here is O'Brien on the left side, and he gets double teamed. They're going to call a jump ball, and that's going to stay with the Blue Devils.
Yeah, just kind of got Lewis and Samuels out there. Not a whole lot that O'Brien was able to do. Trap 35 feet out right on the sideline.
Back to action. Hand off to O'Brien. O'Brien shoots it over for Clay. Clay gives it up for Loncourt. Loncourt back to Clay. He'll dribble and he'll give it up for Brown once again. Brown outside the perimeter gives to O'Brien. We're under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Back to O'Brien. O'Brien gives it up now for Clay. Clay to Loncourt. Loncourt to Brown. They'll stay outside. Three-point shot hits the front of the rim just as the shot clock was getting ready to expire. Brown, Mulherron has that ball knocked away.
Yeah, pretty nice play there by Harris. Gotten over. He's gotten a couple of those. Been called for a foul on a few, but got all basketball there.
41 seconds left in the quarter, 31 seconds left on the shot clock. O'Brien in, Brown shot, no good. Rebound, handled by Matthew Horde. He'll throw the ball up for younger brother Sterling. Off the glass, no good, foul coming up.
Yeah, they're going to get Clay there. He got the ball cleanly, but made some body-to-body contact coming through. That's his third. And so Sterling Horde will shoot some free throws and an opportunity to give the E-Rabs the lead.
Score was tied 3 times in the first half, and the lead changed 4 times. And that one is off the mark for Sterling Horde, and out goes Samuels. And in comes Curtis Morris. Back to the free throw line, Sterling Horde. 34.3 seconds left to play here in this third quarter. It's a 1-point contest. Horde trying to tie it up. He can't. Rebound. That belongs to Quincy. They bring it up. Here is Brown. Brown will take his time walking across that timeline. 25 seconds left. Shot clock is off. Over to O'Brien. O'Brien back at midcourt. Quincy wants to play for the last shot. They have a 1-point lead. They'd like to make it 3, maybe 4. Three-point shooting's been off here recently.
Yeah, Coach Douglas getting out.
Here is a 2-point try. Loncourt. And they give it right back to O'Brien at the buzzer. And it wouldn't fall in after a turnover. And we will head to the fourth quarter with the Quincy Blue Devils leading the E-Rabs of Rockford East High School 34-31. Back in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery in Collinsville produces their own spirits and beer on site right at the restaurant. Pair that with some of the most unique menu items around the entire metro area, and you can see why they are such a hit. They can handle you and your family, or they can handle you and your group. Throw in the occasional live entertainment, and you can see why Old Herald Brewery and Distillery is a must-stop destination in Collinsville. Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, 115 East Clay Street in Collinsville, 618-855-8027, or online at oldheraldbrewing.com.
The Times-Tribune, Madison County's longest-running leading independent newspaper. The Times-Tribune covers Troy, Collinsville, Maryville, and all the villages and communities of Madison County. From area city halls to sports, including the Collinsville K-Hawks and Unit 10 District News. The Times-Tribune covers that and more. The Times-Tribune is a weekly hometown newspaper published every Thursday, and a 1-year subscription is only $40 for the printed and online editions. For more information, call the Times-Tribune at 618-667-3111, online at timestribunenews.com, or follow them on Facebook at Times-Tribune.
3 quarters in the books, maybe one more to go. Here is Lewis, kicks it out to Samuels for 3, and that one just missed. And another foul coming up. The fourth quarter in that semifinal game that we just did, that was a whistle fest. That took forever to get through that fourth quarter, and then we ended up going into an extra quarter.
Yeah, they're going to get Harris with pushing the back. His third foul, so maybe something to be a little concerned about for the E-Rabs.
And here comes Quincy. They're up by 3. Here is Brown. Brown across the line, almost carried that ball. Gets it into the hands of Clay, who finds O'Brien. O'Brien outside the lane, takes a little underhand shot, and that was tipped in by Clay. Nope, they're going to give it to Mulherron.
Yeah,
both of them were up there.
Yeah. Mulherron a little bit taller, so give him a kind of mismatch there. Got O'Brien guarding Harris.
Oh, there's a charge. Yeah. That's a charge and a half by Harris. He just laid that guy out like they were playing at the line of scrimmage of a football game.
Yeah, I mean, O'Brien just staying there, held his position, and Harris, much bigger guy, just ran him over.
Boy, did he. Lowered that shoulder and just barreled right into his chest.
That's his 4th foul, so we'll see Majan Curtis Morris come back in, and Curtis Morris has 3, I think, so maybe some foul trouble for some of the pieces for the E-Rabs.
Quincy, they'll bring the ball up. Here comes Brown. Brown up the near sideline. We're underway. Almost a minute expired here in this 4th quarter. 5-point lead for Quincy.
Yeah, Sterling Horde all over long court. Coach Douglas has been asking for a foul for a while.
And here comes Brown, and he can't get the fingertip roll. That was off the mark, but he steals the ball. Almost got ran into by his own teammate, Clay. Out front now for O'Brien. O'Brien at the free throw line. Oh boy, that's going to be against Longcore. He got tired of Sterling Horde fouling him with no call, so Longcore just kind of threw him down.
Yeah, it's just kind of a frustration one there. 18 foul for the Blue Devils. Longcore picks up his 2nd.
That was an offensive foul in the offensive zone, so no shooting here for the E-Rabs. They have the ball, though, and here is Samuels. That was blocked out by Clay. A rebound put back up and in, no good. And Mulherron takes care of the next rebound, and here is Longcore. Longcore at the top of the key gets it in, and a push from behind of Mulherron from Lewis will earn Lewis his team's 6th. There's Sterling Horde. He just goes right over, and while the play's not even going on, he just slightly brushes up against Longcore. Longcore has to go back and get that ball at midcourt. Looked like he might have said something to him as he brushed by him, too.
Oh, I'm
Here's
sure
O'Brien.
they've been talking to each other
sure.
all night.
There's Clay. Clay, top of the key, free throw line. Bounce pass, no look style to Mulherron. Good for 2. What a nice play that was.
Yeah, really nice pass from Clay. Just E-Rabs helped over. Mulherron was wide open. Clay able to see it, makes a really nice pass.
38-31, 7-point lead for the Blue Devils. They would like a matchup with the MacArthur Generals. E-Rabs, they have other things in mind. Here is Sterling Horde out front now for Lewis. Lewis dribbles up over close to the right wing where he'll hand the ball off, and he'll do so to Samuels. Now back over to Matthew Horde. Horde will give it up now for Curtis Morris, who comes in, takes a shot, no good. Rebound, that belongs to Longcore. Longcore, he'll bring it up for the Blue Devils, into the paint, and a turnaround shot by Mulherron. He's mugged from behind by Sterling Horde. Horde, he doesn't like the call.
Yeah, he thinks he got mostly ball, but definitely got some arm there.
Oh, yeah.
His 2nd, Mulherron will shoot 2. See Harris come back in with his 4. At the next opportunity, we'll see who he winds up replacing.
Yeah, I figured they'd wait a little longer to bring him back in with 4. Mulherron at the free throw line hits his first free throw. He'll stay up for another.
And he'll replace Curtis Morris.
Mulherron ready for his next. Good.
Mulherron with 7 now. He's had a pretty good game tonight. And Coach Sackmaster will take a timeout.
Timeout called on the floor by the E-Rabs. It is a 60-second timeout. We will step aside for that long as well, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Lottie's Cafe offers food, cocktails, and gaming in a great atmosphere highlighted by fast and friendly service. Lottie's Cafe also offers a unique menu that features soups and salads, sandwiches and paninis, pizza and flatbreads, appetizers and desserts, as well as breakfast. That's right, we said breakfast. Unique breakfast items such as a breakfast stromboli, a breakfast BLT, and breakfast burritos. Lottie's also offers creative cocktails, a wine bar, the coldest beer around, and a video gaming area for those 21 and older. And don't forget the Lottie's Cafe gift certificates. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Check them out online at lottiescafe.com, on Facebook, or in person in the Strip next to the Walmart Neighborhood Market. Or call Lottie's Cafe at 618-223-8256. Lottie's Cafe, Collinsville's hidden gem. Back at Collinsville High School, Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium is where all the fun is. If you're in town, come join us. It's been a blast so far, and we are almost finished with day number 2, championship day. Will come rolling your way at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
And we'll open up, have 7 of the best basketball games you can find in just about anywhere, in our opinion.
Yep, we're biased, though.
And a foul.
Wow.
Foul off
We're going to call that O'Brien?
Probably. Yeah, you're going to get to Mulherrin.
Well, Mulherrin, that was away from the ball. I was watching O'Brien. I'm like, what did he do? Turns out it wasn't him.
That's his 3rd, 9th for the Blue Devils, and Harris will shoot 1-1.
Harris is in foul trouble himself.
And you can see Curtis Morris come in for Harris. Kind of that platoon system that Coach Sackmaster has been running.
Harris at the line. First one won't make it, so he won't get the second one. Brown with the rebound for Quincy. He gets pushed from behind by Matthew Horde, but Brown makes it across anyway, over to O'Brien. O'Brien over to Loncourt. Loncourt on the left wing, now back over to the right side. Here's O'Brien. O'Brien back out to the top, and Clay gets tripped up by Lewis, and Lewis will pick up his team's 8th foul, and it'll be his 3rd.
And we'll see Clay shoot some free throws. Clay went 2 of 4 so far in the tournament. I feel like he shot a couple here in the second half and missed that one.
Won't go. Both ends of the court denying the 1-and-1 on the first to try. And here is Matthew Horde over on the right wing. Baseline drive, takes the shot, count the bucket, and the bruise. Horde's going to the line.
Yeah, I'll get Horde. Are you going to be on Loncourt, O'Brien? I think they're going to get Loncourt. Curtis Morris will come back in for Harris. Loncourt with 3 fouls now.
10th team foul for the Blue Devils, so the E-Rabs will be shooting 2 from here on out, but this was a shooting foul, so Horde will just get the 1.
Yeah, a lot of fouls so far, but haven't really been all that ticky-tack, so can't really say too much.
Just been a lot of them.
Yeah.
And a miss there, but the rebound comes all the way back around. Here is Sterling Horde for 3. That tips across the rim. This time the rebound belongs to Loncourt. Loncourt brings the ball up across the line, enters the zone, and gets the shot off, and a foul coming up.
They're going to get Loncourt for the charge.
And they do.
That's his 4th now, and he'll have to come out. They'll bring Wires in to replace him.
Obviously, a offensive foul, so no shooting for the E-Rabs on this go-round. And Loncourt will go to the bench with his 4 fouls. So you have Loncourt for the Blue Devils with 4, Harris for the E-Rabs with 4.
And then you got Mulherrin with 3, Wires has 3, and Lewis has 3 for the E-Rabs.
There is Matthew Horde. He can't get the friendly roll, but it's pushed back up and in on the 2-hander by Harris. And it's now a 5-point game halfway through quarter number 4. 40-35 in favor of Quincy. Out to O'Brien. O'Brien gets it out to Clay. Clay dribbles with that left hand, and with that same left hand pushes one into the corner for O'Brien. Back out to Clay. To Wires. Wires in front of his bench. Comes into the paint. Takes the dipsy doodle shot and gets it to fall in.
Yeah, not a whole lot Harris could do in regards to contesting that. Didn't want to pick up his 5th.
Here is Horde. Little fadeaway jump shot. Won't fall in. Rebound. That belongs to Brown. And the Quincy Blue Devils trying to work the ball up court. Brown, he's trying to win an Academy Award here with a little acting with that facial move, trying to look like he's being bothered. That ball will end up staying in bounds. Here is Horde. Oh, that one's no good. And a whistle will follow, and we'll have a foul coming up against Clay, I believe.
Yeah, probably the right call, just a little late on the whistle.
Yep, Clay will pick up his 4th.
Yeah. Coach Douglas with the decision to make here. Do you go to maybe one of your depth guards and maybe a Cameron Wires sighting, or you leave Clay out there, and if he picks up his 5th, then you got Loncourt to bring back in.
That one took a while to fall in.
Yes, it did.
Looked like it might have rusted up there on that fat part of the iron for a moment.
Yeah, Horde now with 12, so bit of a slow start for him, but he's got going, and this is really the straw that stirs the drink for this ERAB squad.
Matthew Horde, one more shot coming for him. And that one misses the mark. Rebound belongs to O'Brien. Quincy, they handle the ball, and here is Wires. Since Loncourt is on the bench, Wires will handle the quarterbacking responsibilities here. Wires gives it up for O'Brien. O'Brien back at the midcourt logo. Travels to the near sideline, throws it to the far sideline for Wires. Wires dribbles around Lewis and creates a little separation, kicks it into the corner. Clay for three, that was partially tipped, and then the ball stolen right from Mulherron. And it is Morris who comes up with it. He'll travel all the way down, throw it in the corner for Sterling Horde, and now back out front for Matthew Horde. At the free throw line, he gets rid of it. Lewis for three from the wing, a little short. Mulherron, he handles the rebound responsibilities and gets the ball over to Wires. Wires, he'll bring the ball up that near side sideline. Has a head of steam at the free throw line. Offset, foul, shot no good. Mulherron puts it back up, still can't get it to go in. Next rebound belongs to Sterling Horde. Gets it to his older brother Matthew. Matthew travels all the way into the paint, takes a shot, good for two. Blocking foul as well.
Yeah, just took the hop step there, and I think that's four now on Mulherron. As we'll see Longcourt come back in.
Lots of guys out on the floor with 4 fouls.
When we've got...
Well, we're going to replace Clay with Longcourt.
I mean, we had 12 in the first half. We've had at least 18. Quincy may have picked
I think
up
Quincy's already picked up like 3 more since they've gotten to 10.
Yeah.
Here's Matthew Horde at the free throw line. This is a 4-point game, now a 3-point game.
And Coach Sackmaster will call timeout.
30-second timeout. We'll be back here in just about that amount of time on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Looking to buy a new home or sell your current home? Trust the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty with all of your real estate needs. The real estate market is hot right now, and you can trust the years of experience the Blaylock Group brings to the table. The Blaylock Group can help you find your dream home, or they can help you get top dollar for your current home. Give Peyton or Emily Blaylock a call today at the Blaylock Group of eXp Realty, 618-780-4622. That's 618-780-4622. The Blaylock Group of eXp Realty.
Todd Duke and Zach Roseman back with you from Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. 2:05 left to go here in this fourth quarter. It's a 3-point lead for the Quincy Blue Devils. Winner will move to the championship of this 38th annual Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, where they will take on the defending champions, the MacArthur Generals, who won their semifinal just before this game. They had to do it in overtime, though. Here is Loncourt. He's back out there with his 4 fouls. He'll have to be careful. Hands the ball off to Brown. Brown dribbles, drives, free throw line, takes the shot, no good, and the rebound knocked around, and it's going to be picked up by Wires. Wires, he gets tagged from behind, and he will be fouled.
Yeah, a lot of the Quincy fans there wanting a foul, and the request was eventually granted. Foul on Samuels, his second. Harris will come back in.
Team 9th for the ERAB, so 1 more for them, and Quincy will be shooting 2. Right now, it's a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Ralph Wires. 3-point lead. Wires trying to make it a 2-possession game. He does. Wires ready to go again. 44-39 in favor of the Quincy Blue Devils. 1-arm pass over to Samuels. Samuels on the left wing, dribbles back out to the top of the key, where he'll give it up to Matthew Horde. We have 90 seconds left to go here in this fourth quarter. Over to Harris. Harris across the way to Samuels, into the corner for Sterling Horde. Here is Samuels, back to Horde for 3. That one skips across the rim, but Horde is fouled by O'Brien, and he'll go to the line to shoot 3, Will Sterling Horde.
Yeah, O'Brien can't believe it. He'll pick up his second.
He still has his jaw on the floor, doesn't he?
He's like, what did I do? Like,
This is the second time in this game that Sterling Horde's going to the free throw line to shoot 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 7. Opportunity to join his brother as the second ERAB in double figures.
First one misses, though.
Gotta make these, especially this late in the game.
Got to change the time on some of these games I got going on here. Got to access this huddle camera that you're all watching, but I had the Collinsville game getting ready to tip off at 9:30, but it looks like it's going to be even after that now.
Yeah, I mean, you'd hope for a quarter till start at this point.
Well, Sterling Horde has missed his first 2 of those 3 free throws. Here comes the last one. And that one's going to be a miss also. He missed all 3 of them. And the rebound belongs to Quincy. They'll bring it up. Here is Wires. Wires just across that midcourt stripe, being watched by Matthew Horde. And now a timeout being called by Quincy as Douglas wants to come out and talk to Horde, or excuse me, Wires right away. We'll just go ahead and keep it here for this one. 1:04 left to go here in this fourth quarter, 44-39. It's a 5-point lead for the Quincy Blue Devils. They would like a date in tomorrow's championship game against the MacArthur Generals. MacArthur needed overtime to dispatch the Belleville East Lancers. By the way, first loss of the year for Belleville East and MacArthur. They remain undefeated at 12-0.
I think
13-0.
Yeah, it might be 13-0.
It is
now.
13-0. They're
Yeah, I mean,
already played 3 games. Their 4th and final game coming up tomorrow in the championship.
Yeah, see, it seemed like that was kind of the discussion, and assuming the Blue Devils came and hang on, it seemed like, this was a very deep team. There were quite a few teams that could win this tournament, but it seemed like the general consensus was that it was going to wind up being Quincy MacArthur in the championship, and it looks like that's the result that we're going to wind up with.
Maybe. We have under a minute to find out. Double teamed his Wires, and before any further damage can be done, Quincy calls another timeout. We'll go ahead and take a timeout with them this time. This is a 30-second timeout, and we'll be back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Chapman Trucking, LLC. Chapman Trucking is a local Collinsville business owned and operated by 1994 Collinsville graduate Christy Chapman. With over 10 years of experience, Chapman Trucking, LLC can take care of all of the heavy lifting when it comes to hauling aggregate materials such as sand, driveway rock, dirt, boulders, and more. That includes getting your heavy work equipment to your work site where it needs to be. Give Christy a call for a free estimate at Chapman Trucking LLC, 618-960-9346, or online at chapmantruckingllc.net.
Back with you again from Virgil Fletcher. 56.7 seconds on the clock. Fourth quarter. 5-point game. Quincy, they have the lead and they have the ball. They'll throw it all the way into the backcourt. Longcore will have to work his way back up court.
Oh, Lord.
He blew out the tennis shoes of Lewis there, trying to get around him, and Lewis reaches in for a foul. Took Lewis right out of his tennis shoes.
Yeah, that's his fourth.
Fourth, yeah. Everybody's in the double bonus now.
Let's see, Samuels come back in. Longcore will shoot 2.
And he'll make the first one, and that makes it a 6-point game. If he makes one more, that's a 3-possession game with under a minute to go.
And I see Spritt come back in. O'Brien, all in all, had a pretty good game.
Yeah, O'Brien comes out with a big smile on his face. He's happy.
His team, barring anything particularly crazy, his team should win.
I thought that was a 7-point lead. And a fadeaway jumper, that's no good, and the rebound, that belongs to Brown. Brown, he'll bring the ball back up, and he'll circle outside of the perimeter, hand the ball off to Wires. Wires at the midcourt logo, and a foul. Who are they going to give that one to? Is it going to be Lewis or Horde? It's going to be Horde.
Yeah, Lewis is going to be his 5th, but Sterling Ward will pick up his third, and Wires will shoot some free throws.
33 seconds left. Okay, now they got the other point up there. It is a 7-point lead.
Yeah, Longcore was asking about something. Maybe that was it.
Could be, because he made both of them, and they only put one up there for a moment. Because it was 44, now it's 46, and now it's 47 after Wires gets one to roll in. Wires, one more shot coming his way, and he'll miss that one. Got the friendly roll on the first one, not the second one. 30 seconds left. They'll get the ball to Lewis. Lewis out on the wing and into the paint. Out to Horde. Horde gets that one blocked out by Mulheron. Over to Loncourt, and Loncourt will be fouled by Samuels, and that is pretty much going to do it for this one.
Yeah, just about. Got it out to 8, 20 seconds left. It's just a matter of Loncourt seeking to. Loncourt looked to add to his total. Got 10. Looked to tie Brown for the high honors with 12, provided he could make both here.
Loncourt back to the free throw line where he just left. And the first shot is no good. I think it hit every part of the rim and just didn't fall in.
See, Amajan Curtis Morris and Matthew Horde will head to the bench. All in all, a pretty good game for him.
Yeah, he's not very happy, though.
I don't know. Unfortunate to see a team lose, and we'll see if Rockford East can equal. Well, we know that they will at the very least equal their best finish in their time here at the Prairie Farms Holiday Classic. Got fourth with that.
Three-point shot, no good. And the putback is for Harris, and a 30-second timeout by the E-Rabs. We'll just go ahead and keep it here for this one. We have 8.2 seconds left. It is a 2-possession game, 6-point lead for the Blue Devils. And we will see what Quincy wants to draw, what Rockford East wants to draw up here. They have something in mind. I'm not sure what it could be, but never say die, right?
Yeah, I mean, 6 points, 8 seconds. It'll be E-Rabs basketball. Got to get it full length of the court. Probably get a shot up before 5 seconds, ideally. Make that, and then get a steal on the inbound. Hit another three to tie it, and then that'll probably be about all the time you've got.
Well, that's one hell of a blueprint you got there, Zach Roseman.
Well, I'm just speaking in hypotheticals. I mean,
I know.
I don't know how else you're going to score 6 points in 8 seconds.
No, especially when you don't have the ball. Quincy, they have the ball, and the inbound pass comes in, and immediately Brown gets wrapped up, but a couple of precious seconds ticked off the clock. We're down to 6 seconds, and to the free throw line will go Brown.
Yeah, Samuels will pick up his fourth, but at this point the foul count kind of irrelevant.
2 shots coming up for Mr. Camden Brown. First shot, no good. Quincy's kind of struggled here on their last few shots from the free throw line.
Yeah,
even Loncourt missed his last 2.
Yeah.
Wires also.
It seems like
No, Wires got his.
Yeah.
Or Loncourt got his. Wires didn't. That's another couple of misses. Here is Samuels. He'll have to shoot a 3, and that one's off the mark, and that's going to do it. 47-41. Quincy Blue Devils will face the MacArthur Generals tomorrow in the championship game, while the Rockford East E-Rabs will go and the third-place game against Belleville East. One more game coming your way, about 45 minutes late from the scheduled 9 o'clock tip-off, but coming up next is the second fifth-place semifinal between Collinsville and Collierville, Tennessee, and we'll bring that to you in just minutes on the K-Hawk Sports Network.